Hello everyone, I am Rod and I am the game design instructor for the Academy of Entertainment Arts over at Dixie Hollands High School. If you are one of my students, it's Mr. Flowers to you, and welcome to this video tutorial. Good evening everybody. Today we're going to go over how to add one of these mouthpieces to your model. If you've gone through the videos and you've made one of these, or your own custom design of whatever, this will show you how to put it into the model, and then after this we'll go ahead and set up clothing and other items. Alright, so I'm going to hide all the pieces that I don't need. So I'll just put this on like an extras layer. I don't need that. Which one am I going to use? I think I will use this one. So I'll get rid of mouth box number 2, and I'll get rid of mouth planes. And that gives me this. Okay. Let's turn my character's body back on. There we go. And I no longer need this in the background here, so I will remove that as well. That'll just be the mouth images. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our mouth and tongue, and I'm just going to move those up to the player's mouth. I'm going to line that up in the front view. Oh, that's scary. Before I scale it, I'm just going to parent let's say I have the top jaw, bottom jaw, and tongue, and I'm just going to hit the P key, and that's going to parent them to the bottom jaw there. That way when I scale this, it should be more uniform. There we go. Go in the wireframe here, I'll just line this up. So I'm just going to line it up to about where I think the teeth should be and get it to approximately the size that I think the teeth should be. And I'll view that in both my front and my side view. Probably go a little bit smaller. Okay. And if we look in, we can see the teeth are in there. Now this isn't done just yet. If you wanted to be, you could be finished right here. But most of the time when we look inside the mouth, we don't see an empty, dark void. So we're going to have to make some cheeks on the inside. I'll go ahead and hide my mouth box. I'm going to select my head. I'm going to go inside the head. Depending on how you made your head, you may or may not have this inner edge of your lips. But I'm going to take this inner edge and I'm going to extrude back into the mouth. So I'm going to go up to my polygons here. I hit the extrude button. Go into my side view. And I'm just going to hit W on the keyboard. I'm just going to pull this back into the mouth here. How far back can I go? And expand. I'll pull that back. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm creating the inner side of the lip here. Okay. Go to my side view. And I'm going to extrude again. I'm going to hit W. Let's pull this back. Now this doesn't need to be too terribly flexible. We just want this to wrap around our mouth. So I'm going to put my mouth back on. I'm just going to look at where this goes. So I really want this upper edge of the mouth to be in front of my gum line. So I'm going to grab those. Now this position isn't like really crucial. I'm just doing this so that when we flex the lips to show our teeth, we'll be able to adjust for that. All right, so I have the top. All right, so now that I have the top above my gums here, I'm going to go and do the bottom. And to make this easier to see, I'm going to set my character's color back to Lambert 1. The checkered map was just driving me crazy. Back to vertex mode. And I'm going to put symmetry on to make my life a little bit easier. So in my tool settings here, I'm going to go down, I'll put symmetry mode. Since my front axis is my Z, I will cross on the X. So there's that. It can be a little bit tedious trying to do this. Let's go into side view. Grab that one. that one. Okay. I'm going to go back inside the mouth here, and I will take these edges now. You can do it in vertex mode, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to grab this back row, and I should be able to shift and double click and get all of those. And I did. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to snap these to the grid so they're a little bit more solid. Right now they're kind of wavy. I'm going to hold X on the keyboard and I will just drag this to the grid and they'll snap. Alright, and now I'm going to go extrude it again. Let me go ahead and make sure I go into edge mode. You don't want to extrude vertices. You'll get a bad result. I'm going to get those edges. And I will hit extrude. Another way to do this would be to cut the head in half and just work on that side view. But this is fine. Gonna clean up these corners. Again, it isn't crucial that this be perfect. It just needs to, because nobody's going to really see inside of here. We're just trying to get it to be close to what we need. If you look at models from like Half-Life or Team Fortress, the inside of the head has sort of like a neck and a little tube for the throat and all that stuff in there. So when you get a headshot, it's kind of gory. Okay. I'll go ahead and grab those edges again. And all I do is click and then shift, double click, it gets me the whole loop. Okay. And I will extrude once more. Now, as far back as you want to go, it's up to you. This is good for me. I don't need a huge mouth box. And then it's just a matter of closing it off. So now that I have all that, let's see how many connecting edges I need. I need this one. I'm going to hide my teeth here. So this edge to this edge. That one and that one, those line up. This one to that one. And these two. That'll be perfect. I'm going to hold shift, right click, go to bridge. And there we go. Now, how many slices do I have? I've got one slice, 2, 3. So I can reduce this down. So however many subdivisions you need, just reduce this down to whatever you need. I only needed 3 subdivisions here, so that's what I have there. And now it's just a matter of closing these off. So I'm going to go into my target weld tool. I'll go into vertex mode. And I'm just going to grab that and then target weld it. And there is my mouth box. Go ahead and clean this up just a little bit more. I'm just pulling these ones in the front and back. Oh. I don't want to go too far. I'm going to pull them back just enough so that when the lips flex, they don't cut into the mouth here. There's a corner like right here that I need to pull back. So I'm going to look at the mouth from the front. Okay. Now it's just a matter of UVs. So I'm going to go into my UV panel. In my UV panel, you can see the new UVs that were created here, and that's these guys. I'm just going to go into face mode. Actually, I'm going to go into UV mode. And it's just a matter of collecting these UVs. You can gather them any way that you like. You can try to select them and move them off, or you can do it in this particular perspective view. I'm going to try to do it in face mode. I'm going to select one, shift, double click, shift, double click. I think that gets me pretty close. Shift, double click. I think that's all of them on the inside of the mouth. And then I need the back of the mouth box here. Okay. With those selected, I'm going to go back into my UV panel. I'm going to go up to UVs and then planar. And I'm just going to project these. If I do it from the front, I'm going to get the edge of the UVs. I want to get as much of the mouth as possible. So I'll probably just unfold this from the top. Like that. Okay. Just going to make sure there's nothing else hiding on my shell. Looks pretty clean. Now these UVs I'm going to transfer to my other UV shell. So I'm going to select these. I'm going to go to Polygons, copy UVs to UV set. I'm going to copy this to the face set. I'm going to go back to UV set 1, select them, and then delete these from map 1. So delete UVs. There we go. I'm going to go back to my face set. Alright. So now what I want to do is I want to project these so that they're unfolded. But I'm going to have to cut one of these seams. I think I'm going to cut the back of my UVs. Alright, so back inside the mouth, since I projected from the top, it just makes sense to cut it along the side. So I'm just going to double click. Whoops. So I'm just going to get in here so that I can see it. The easiest way is going to be inside this mouth box. So I'm going to make sure I turn my teeth off. And then inside the mouth box, I'm going to select this edge. It doesn't have to be exactly center, but it would be easier if it is center. So there's that. And I will go up to polygons, cut UV edges. And while I'm in here, I can see that there's some bunching right here. So I'm just going to grab this and move it up. Try to straighten these out just a little bit. Okay. So back into my UV set, I'm going to right click, go to UVs. I'll double click on the shell. I'll pull the top piece off. And now I can just unfold these. So select my UVs, tools, smooth tool. Let's hit unfold. If it crumbles into a ball, it just means it's upside down. So I'll do this one first. There's that half. I'll select this half. Now remember, these ones were upside down, so I'm just going to flip them. So up here we have the little flip tool. It looks like a little sailboat. I'll just hit that and go back into UV mode. And then I will select my tool, smooth, and then I'll unfold. And there are my two mouth pieces. And I'll just add this somewhere, anywhere on my UV shell. Now if I select my eyes, where did I put those eyes? There they are. Jeepers creepers, where'd you get those peepers? I'm going to select these eyes here. The reason why I'm selecting the eyes and the head is so I can see exactly where they are on here so I don't overlap them. So I'm going to open this up, and I can see that the eyes are here, so I can put the mouth, down here. So I'll grab these, and I will just scale them to fit my shell. There we go. And that's it. All right. I will catch you guys in the next video. We were going to do clothing and then the skeleton for our character. All right, guys, I will see you next time.